Despite the heat, Sodo looks as unruffled as ever. He always looks ruffled. I do hope he isn't just pretending to be alright. Let's hear what Detective Ide has to say. Wondering about my suit, are you? It's just a cheap old thing. Sorry I don't have anything more presentable. Sorry. I always love when they actually, like, react to you looking at them. About the portrait sketch. Alright, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. So I got all hands on deck to go around asking about that sketch you gave me. And we finally found someone who recognized the victim. Oh, that's great news. The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived in Kumano 7 years ago. Apparently the sketch looks like a 19-year-old she knew who left the village to go to the city. So 7 years ago he was 19, no? I wonder... Well, the cuts are a thing too. I was gonna say, potentially the skeletons might be people that were mermaids. Like their, original bodies. But that doesn't quite add up. So 7 years ago he was 19, no? From the sounds of it, the guy who had no relatives to speak of left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that. I see. That would make him a young man with no relatives who left his hometown behind 7 years ago. Did we get a name for our mystery man? Sure did. His name was Kipai Ikoma. Kipai Ikoma. Is that name familiar or no? I looked him up in the residence registry and it does look like he moved from Kumano to Ise City 7 years ago. But it seems he doesn't live at the place he put as his address anymore. Oh, that's unfortunate. I checked in with the apartment's landlord and it would seem that about 6 years ago, the landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to both pay his rent and return to his apartment for several months straight. The landlord didn't put out a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid. If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains. We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always the possibility we've got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around just in case. Please do. File update. Toba seabed skeletons. Multiple human skeletons were... I think we had this before, but... I guess the new one is the testimonies indicate that the individual is the sketch resembles a youth by the name of Kipai Ikoma, who went missing 6 years ago. I don't think anything else was new. I also, when I was getting a video ready for the, to put up, I did see, I believe, the, God, I have no idea where to find it. The sword that Sodo mentioned was, I believe, the same name as the one that unsheaths itself. So they are the same swords. I believe, anyways. I didn't actually, like, cross-check to make sure it was the exact same name. Not that I think it matters that much. But trying to, like, get that connection going, trying to understand, you know. So the person in the sketch had no known relatives. If they went missing, it's unlikely anyone would notice. Alright, tell me about Samakawa. Oh yeah, I also looked into that lady you were asking about, Samakawa. So, again, I am right that the timeline seems weird. Oh yes, did you find anything? Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident, unless if it's just looking for her because she ran off. She hasn't registered as a resident even though she moved here 5 years ago. Nothing came up for Samakawa in the civil registry either. So I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint. I see, is that quite common? Happens, it's not unheard of for folks from the countryside to come here for work and just drift on, with no one really knowing who they are. Apparently it was really common during the post-war growth period. Seems we have quite the mystery woman on our hands. Yep, though there is something I've been wondering about. Oh, let's hear it. When I say let's hear it, I mean just continue the conversation, not sit there and stare at me. You have some idea who she might be? Well, have you heard of the Kameshima Southern Sea disaster? It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back. I have, yes. So, are we actually... Because, again, they looked pretty similar. One of the victims of the disaster was an ame diver and housewife from Kameshima by the name of Yuza Minakuchi. But it seems her maiden name was Samakawa. So our mystery woman shares a surname with a maritime disaster victim? I'm impressed you managed to dig that up. Unless if you're gonna go with, like, sisters or something. Wait, what name is it? Maiden name? Yeah, it would have been sisters. I was already looking into the Kameshima disaster because of the skeletal remains, so it was a happy coincidence, if anything. Oh, so you thought they might be related too? I'm glad it wasn't just me. Anyway, seems like the bodies of those disaster victims were never found in the end, which got me thinking. Wait, are you saying... Yep. I was thinking Yuza Minakuchi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago. And you think she has moved to Ijika and started going by her old name of Samakawa again? That's right, what do you think? Seems like a long shot, but maybe. But if that's the case, why would she have stayed in Ijika for 5 whole years without thinking to contact her family? Maybe she lost her memories in the disaster? Right, if she only had her old memories to rely on, it wouldn't be that odd if she went back to using her old name. Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. It is difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for 5 whole years. Yeah, well, that kind of went out the window in 7 Mysteries, Sodo, so... I would say they look similar enough that I would expect them to be the same. And it's possible she just never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing's more likely than you'd think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Yuza Minakuchi from a report on the disaster. I haven't met this Samakawa myself, so could you take a look for me and let me know what you think? This'll help decide whether or not I'm crazy. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What do you think, Sodo? If she'd aged 5 years and grown badly gaunt, I can certainly see how this woman might come to resemble Miss Samakawa. Yeah, okay. I wasn't crazy then. They do have, like, the same chin. Which was also something that wasn't a reliable source in, anyways. They're pretty... I was right. They were pretty close looking. At the very least, right enough that it was something that's going to be a plot point, even if it turns out it's not correct. Like, at the very least, they brought it up, so I'm not crazy. My thoughts exactly. So you agree it's a pretty solid theory? Certainly worth looking into, yes. But if she really is Yuza Minakuchi, there's something else that concerns me. Something else? I don't think I mentioned this because we were getting wrapped up and everything. We could just be looking into her because we ran into her and not because she turned into a mermaid. I'm gonna keep going on this because I'm interested. This is just what I've heard. But it seems like the islanders over on Kameshima think this Yuza Minakuchi was the cause of wow, I can't talk. Of the disaster 5 years ago. What? Why would they think that? No idea, but it seems like it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there. Even just mentioning her name is sort of taboo. So I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt she couldn't go back home because of that. Surely not. Seems as good a reason as any why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway. If she really is related to the storm 5 years ago, she is a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first. Can I leave talking to Miss Samakawa to you two then? So yeah, before we found the other mermaid corpse. So I must have just misremembered when they brought up the second corpse, or like saying that this is the second one and they already dealt with the first one. I must have just foggy memory on that. We'll handle that, yes. Yamashina. So did you manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina? Yes, thank you again for your help there. It seems he's willing to hand the body over without any fuss. Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon go to all that trouble to withhold a body? If everything I've heard is true, you could probably take him in on charges of desecrating a corpse, you know. Or is there something special about that corpse? How observant of you, detective. I can, of course, explain it if you'd like to know more. Wait a second. Is it related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing if so. But he knows about the secret department, so did we not say that she's might have been a mermaid? Because we got this sketch of that and we were like, oh my god, it's Samakawa. Right? I'm so confused about what's happening right now. Are we on 2 timelines? Am I just stupid? Oh really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold. Ma'am, please stop trying to rope him into helping us. Because he didn't really even know we were part of a secret department when we started to bring up what department we were in, right? So people believe that Azami Minakuchi called forth the Curse of the Raging Waves 5 years ago, do they? I didn't expect the Curse of the Raging Waves to come up here of all places. Wait. That's it, I remember now. This sole survivor of Ise-Shima, his surname was Samakawa. There was something else about Samakawa. A wooden box? Surely that'd be too much of a coincidence. Okay, I'm glad I thought. Good thing I thought something. I've never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meeting go? I'll bet he was pretty wary of you being with the police, but he didn't try to pick a fight or anything, did he? Yumiko, again, looks like she's like, I can throw hands if I have to. That's what that pose says to me. Oh, well, I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we upset him, at least. Probably. Sodo looks like he disagrees. You, don't sound very sure about that. The woman we spoke to said that sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind it was a coma. Well, that accurate. Well, I would say at that point then, if it's really that accurate, that Sodo is a real psychic and not a phony. He wins. You win, you cutie pie. I don't know why I said he was a cutie pie. Look at, oh, he's smug about it now. He loved being called a cutie pie. And I'm sure we've got the right person. Still, how did you even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim but bones. Well, let's just say it's classified for now. Right, guess that means I shouldn't try any further. Well, that's about all I had to report. Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, could we ask you to keep looking into Kipai Coma for us? Roger that. We'll see if we can find Samakawa again and hear what she has to say. Okay, so no. She is not a mermaid. I guess Ide had an inkling that we were part of some kind of organization, and then we just spilled all the beans for him when we found the other mermaids. Unfortunately, it looks like our trip to Kameshima will have to wait until tomorrow. So it seems. Oh, you have business on Kameshima too? That was actually our original reason for coming here, yes. But now we've gotten caught up in all of this other troublesome business, so it looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was hoping to get this over with as soon as possible so I could get back home to my husband. I see, you sure are devoted to your husband. Oh, very much, though I do worry as he never eats properly when I'm not around. In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note. Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening, anything could be of help. Sure will do, though you're kind of making me worried something might actually happen now. I'd certainly prefer it if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective. Yeah, so I have bad memory then. So I guess getting ready to go, and then we get the report of the other mermaids. Bad news, ma'am. It seems we were a step too late. What do you mean? It seems someone came and took that Samakawa woman out to sea just a few minutes ago. What? According to the witness, a foreign man came to the port with Miss Samakawa in tow. They then boarded a motorboat that was moored there and headed out into the bay. It didn't appear to be by force, so we can probably assume they knew each other. A foreign man? Not sure what's going on, but we should probably get a boat and follow just in case. Yes, let's see if... Ugh! Sodo, what's wrong? This spiritual force, it's overwhelming. Oh! My body won't move. What's going on? Yeah. Oh! That girl over there, is she doing this? Yeah, I mean, look at her. I think she's doing it. You can withstand this curse? You really are quite strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave. Well, if there was any doubt about who the foreign man might be... Vothetikos, Nyama, guardian spirit, grant me the wisdom of the numinous, oh high guiding spirit, light my path ahead. It seems like they've saved us the effort of searching for them. So it seems, let's see if this girl can tell us what we want to know. Are we having a psychic battle? Who are you? I could ask the same of you. What do you want with Miss Samakawa? So you know who Miss Samakawa is, do you? Maybe. What's it to you? Ma'am, this girl's spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. I don't care, I have a raging headache, just deal with her. She seems hesitant to employ curses against people. If I have an opening, I can use my curse of binding to restrain her. Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here. Alright, I certainly wouldn't mind getting some information out of her, so this is as good an opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. When she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Sound like a plan? Is she not, like, listening to this conversation? Sounds like a plan. Under signal. Use Sodo Kiru's Curse of Binding to restrain your opponent when they let their guard down. Press the Use Curse button to signal to him to use it. You only have 3 chances to use the curse. Like, if I try if I try it, give up! If I try it 3 times and it just doesn't work, it's like over? I don't know. I almost feel like give up. Question. Can we assume the foreign man who took Miss Samakawa is a friend of yours, then? So what if he is? Why are you trying to follow them? We keep questioning, appease? Now, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all this and just talk a bit? That's not very appeasing. Not happening. You're just gonna use a curse the moment I drop my focus. Which is not wrong. I mean, like, I don't know if there's gonna be a clear-cut case, but, like, she's not really letting up. What do you want with Miss Samakawa? I could say the same to you. You just want the relic for yourselves, don't you? What? You know about the relic? Yumiko knows about the relic? I keep questioning at this point. I don't care if our brain explodes. We'll just go back. If you know about the relic, I'm afraid we can't let you get away. Also, get away. I'm the one holding you here. I love how Yumiko is like in pain, but she changes to like, oh, I'm just a doting housewife. I'm a nice, wholesome person. We'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this, I feel like that might be a way to... This almost seems like it could have been a cursed moment, but I'm not going to. Sorry, but that won't work on me. I'm at a rebellious age, you see. That's funny. I don't, like, I feel like, you know how we had, like, the countdown in 7 Mysteries? I feel like at a certain point she's just gonna say, fine, and get rid of us. If you know about the relic, I'm afraid we can't let you get away. That's the same. Get away, I'm the one holding you here. We'd rather not be heavy-handed with this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this. Like, this seems like it would be a moment. But we do have the opportunity to go back there. I'm gonna threaten. If you resist anymore, we'll have you taken in for obstruction of public duties. Wait, you're with the police? Is that, like, still threatened? Despite appearances, yes, defying us could net you quite the heavy punishment. I see. You must be from Paranormal Affairs. Then I definitely can't do what you say. What? You have quite some nerve standing up to us despite knowing where we're from. Don't think we'll get off lightly for this. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right? Oh, threatened's completely done, but everything else we can still do. Let's compliment her. We just threatened her, but like, oh, you're such a strong and cool person. Even knowing we're from Paranormal Affairs, you kept a straight face and hid your ties. I can tell you're both bold and smart. Thanks, I guess. Would you give up now? Damn, it didn't work. Appease? We'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down. I guess try it. It's no good. She's too wary of us. Seems I'll have to press her further before she gives us an opening. You're also with Paranormal Affairs, then? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I suppose this is the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members recognize each other. What a bother. Keep questioning. Appease didn't seem to have anything else. You're also... Okay, well... Appease again. So we're both from Paranormal Affairs, are we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help? I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's none of your business anyway. Keep questioning. So you're with Paranormal Affairs, but you need the relic yourself, so you're unwilling to cooperate with us. Am I correct? If that's what you think, can you give up already? Yeah. Alright, I understand where you're coming from. We won't interfere anymore. Sodo, you can stop now. Ma'am? Aha, you grown-ups and your dirty tricks! I almost kind of wish I wouldn't have, just to see if there's an alternative, but, I mean, that was my thought, that give up would have been the best time for her to drop her guards. You did well to be cautious of us, but I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Now, will you tell us what you're up to here? Well, I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You'll never catch up to the boat now. Placus Astiri, get in my path and with my merciful hand, uphold me. Weren't you supposed to be bind it? What? She broke the binding? How can she do that with her magic? Bye-bye. Confound it. Stop right there. She's like 15. She's smaller than you, Sodo. You should be able to catch up. Looks like she's given us the slip. I doubt we'll be able to catch her now. Still, I'm going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl. We'll go back to see if we can see what happens if we just give up immediately. I put in a call with I cannot talk. I put in a call with Paranormal Affairs about our errant young lady just now. I see. I assume she's indeed affiliated with them? Yes, it seems her name is Circe Lunarlight. She's an exorcist from England who's come here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, as I understand. The Lunarlight family, I see. Oh, are they well known? I've heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists, quite an old one, too. It would certainly explain the strength of her spirit sense. Right. In any case, it seems she's in the care of Paranormal Affairs while she's in Japan. Honestly, I do wish they'd tell us these things in advance. What is she doing here in my prefecture? Well, it seems even Paranormal Affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. From the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignments to travel around Japan visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead. It doesn't seem like they're keeping an eye on her at all. Yeah, I know how that feels, Sodo. Unfortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo at once when we next see her. I see. More work for us then. Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She seemed to know about Samakawa, too. Got a bad feeling about all this. Shall we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area. No, not now. If all that is true, I doubt she'll be looking to cause too much trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other again eventually. Well, I think that's enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day. We'll head for Kameshima first thing tomorrow. Yeah, well, that was a mistake. Understood. We'll find Samakawa not as a mermaid. It'll be fine. And I guess this is enough time for night to happen. So arriving on Kameshima, well, no. Time frame here is a little weird. I guess if arriving on Kameshima is obviously when we meet with Yuza, and then we leave to come back and kidnap Samakawa. Well, it sounded like Samakawa went willingly, right? So that would be like the next part that comes about after arriving on Kameshima. So I am curious about how that progresses then. But we will... Curious also. I don't think we had any real moment to look for mockingbirds that we didn't already take. Just wanted to see if there was any hints. So let's, yeah, I was just wrong about all of this. Let's see if we can go back to the encounter and give up. Oh, the psychic energy. Really funny to have a psychic battle. Alright, we'll back off and leave you. How does that sound? You're just trying to get me to drop my guard, aren't you? Not, god damn it. That's probably because we need to do like all of these. Which is funny because then she's like aware of what giving up means. But we did need to like learn about Paranormal Affairs and the Relic to progress to the give up option correctly, right? So that kind of makes sense. Alright, that part is where I really need to get more actions in. This battle is pretty epic. I don't really even know what I would expect to happen. I feel like Cersei would just leave when she gets the chance. Like, I don't think Abby and Cersei are doing anything bad. I think they're just trying to hold us off because we're suspicious. Sodo, you can stop now. Ma'am? Really? Thanks. Oh. That's a little lame, isn't it? Like, that kind of... Okay, well... I guess we'll see what Avi and Cersei were up to then. How's our, relationship chart going? Pretty good. You guys are best buds? I could see it. You guys having bad blood is kind of crazy. I can't wait to read about all of these freaks. Part of me hopes that collecting all 20 leads to the other mockingbirds from the first game having their own chart, but I doubt it. That's a lot to work through. So, first we need to even learn about the treasure map itself, right? You know, I realized I was stupid about trying to fail this, and I should have just tried to curse 3 times in a row and see what happened. I don't know why that did not cross my mind, but if we just... 1 doesn't work, no good. What if we try to appease? Oh, it's not working, damn. This time though, if I just threaten, that wasn't enough. Can't keep the curse at bay any longer. No, we can't fail here. Okay, very abrupt. Look how happy Cersei is. So nothing of importance really happened there. Okay. Fair enough. So the stone that they were talking about would have to be the, I already forgot what it's called. The fish one that turns you into a fish, right? Yumeko is at least aware of and looking for that. Somehow Avi and Cersei end up on that trail as well, I suppose. Now then, I believe it is time we discuss our strategy. Sure. What do you mean by strategy? Well, what if we... look at these pictures. What if we, get a woman that seems like a little skittish and just bring her out to sea, and then you hold 2 paranormal affairs officers at bay. Do they count as officers? It should be obvious. We must reflect on all we've learned if we want to move forward. Before we do that, though, anyone left a sticker behind? This is Murakumote. It's a small inn located in Toba. It's a laid-back inn that feels more like a private residence than a hotel thanks to its attentive staff. I could barely count all the different fresh fish we were served for dinner last night. Be careful, those fresh fish might be people. I've not felt so full in a while. Light is passing through the windows. It's hot outside, so I'll leave them closed. That's great. I'm so glad we got that info. What is this? Dried flowers. I suppose this is the embodiment of the Japanese concept wabi-wabi, or however you say it. I don't even know what he's talking about, man. What's a wabi-wabi? What's in the briefcase? My bag, a faithful travel companion of several decades. Some of the notes I've taken, the information in them is not substantive and likely of no use, except for that paper that looks very suspicious. Let me think about that paper that looks suspicious. Seems to me she knows her fair share of both useful and useless facts. It's time we get down to business, though. Like, look deep down. Is there like a sticker hidden under the table? Each room is equipped with a mosquito trap. They tend to come in through the windows on hot days. It's a neat contraption. You just have to plug it in and place it, and it will kill any nearby mosquitoes. Traps like these are reliable, as well as easier and safer than the combustible type, so they've gotten quite popular. Ain't that fun? A hanging scroll perfectly complements the tatami room. This room may not have a dedicated alcove, but the scroll still really ties the room together. How lovely! Oh, that was Cersei's. Why am I thinking that Avi's saying all of this? Cersei was saying that. Well, to be fair, when I'm looking around, I assume it's all going to be, like, in my head. So that's my bad. Cersei said that. How lovely. I like the idea of Avi saying how lovely, though. This is a poster advertising the island of Kameshima. I'd love to pay a visit to a remote island like that. The name is intriguing, too. Ah, Kami means turtle, doesn't it? I don't know how much of what I had already read was Cersei talking, to be honest. It's a poster of Kameshima. I just can't shake this weird feeling. Huh? Why? Oh, the music stopped. Is there something wrong with the island, or the poster? The poster, I believe. Do you mind if I take a closer look? What? My hunch was right. There's a presence here. On the poster? No way. Come on, don't scare me like that. Was it a prank? I can touch the poster instead of looking at the poster. What? I'm concerned. Towel hanger? It may resemble an L-shaped dividing screen, but I think this is actually a towel rack. You're close. It's a small clothes rack. I see. So that's what it is. Yes, normally it's used to hang kimonos, But this one is quite small, so I suppose it'd work well for towels and other small garments. It's a towel rack. Not quite. Small clothes rack. It works well for towels and other small garments. Cersei, you're well actuallying me a little too much. You're quite knowledgeable. Like that would have been when I, atmospheric lighting. I like this. Extra lights for the room. A lot of attention was paid to creating a comfy atmosphere for the guests. Do I continue with the posters or look at my... Oh, all of these must have been not important. Business card. I worried yesterday that Cersei might struggle to sleep on just a futon in a tatami room like this, but... She looks well rested, so I suppose she's used to it. I, on the other hand, was too excited to get much sleep. Nothing with the lights. That thing. The air mirror? The music kind of felt like it got a little too, like, uh-oh, things are happening. But I don't think anything's happening, I'm just looking around a goddamn room. I'm sorry, the poster thing really bothers me now. Remove the poster? I will. Ready? Yes, please proceed. You sure? Because I'll do it. I really will. There's no telling what may happen. Quit stalling. Brooke? Oh, it was a good poster! Huh. Hell yeah! I was concerned what, like, the implications would be. Dawn Heron. I kind of wish that we would have some kind of conversation regarding the poster at that point. I was thinking this might have some repercussions. Maybe in some way the turtle mascot allows someone to, like, use a curse bearing to spy on people. And I'm like, wait, man, that, like, has a lot of implications because who made the turtle mascot? But no, it was just a silly thing. This phone can only be used to call the front desk. Outside calls are impossible. Unless... This might be a remember the phone's there situation. Well, I trust your strategizing is going well. No, actually, I'm fucking around a little too much. Indeed, there are just a few things I have to check. Like what? Like, anything that I haven't looked at. Okay, well, I like this picture, so let's check it out. This is a sketch of the mermaid mummy that I found in our family storage. Bringing it along would have been out of the question, so I settled on just bringing a sketch. Oh, that's right. I still haven't told Cersei why I'm searching for mermaids. Guess I'll look at everything first. Ashtray. Porcelain ashtray that came with the room. Ashtrays like these are found just about anywhere, so one can smoke without any worries. That being said, I've noticed people outside still simply dropping their cigarettes onto the ground, uncivilized. Well, I wasn't a smoker to begin with. Good guy, Abby. This isn't the treasure map, is it? Business card. Oh, is this the business card from the guy we met earlier? It is. We managed to glean some surprisingly good information from that exchange. I was gonna say, do we know what guy? I don't think so. Yo, he's sassing.